Okay, so another showcase. I'm back for another one. Okay, so this time, again, completely dysfunctional build, but you know, sometimes it's just gonna have to be like that. So what we have here is the highest amount of meta generation that you could get in the game. Well, you could get more, but again, we're on a budget here. So as you can see, we have these sneak pit rings. This is the cheapest one I can find with meta skills gain increased energy. Everything else is like 300 devs, but this was like 20, so I just snagged it. But yeah, so we have that one, and then we have this one, and this is mirrored. We have this because we really need the mana from Chipolado's thesis. It would be better if we were to get ingenuity, but again, if we don't have enough mana, then we can't cast the energy, so we can't really showcase it. And then the coolest part about this is probably the Seeing Stars mace, which doubles your energy generation, and you could probably get a triple socket on this. It would be really expensive, and I don't have the money for it. Again, I've spent all my money on dumb shit already. And then I have this, which makes it so that enemies in your presence count as having double power, because when cast an elemental ailment, gains one energy per power, and this means that we can double it and pass it on to the next person. So we'll treat normals as magic enemies, and we'll treat magics as almost rares, and rares are half as good as uniques. Unfortunately, you can't modify the power of unique enemies, but it will be like that. A more viable version would probably, like an actual usable version, would probably involve the Collapsing Horizon, which gives +5 level of all elemental skills, which makes it like almost usable as like a casting weapon, and it makes it so that trigger skills refund half of energy spent, which is pretty close to double energy generation. It's only worse for the first cycle where you have to build up to 100, but then after that you only have to build up to 50. You start from 50 past that, so it's technically double. I prefer the setup because you also get this, so it's double and then doubled again. Again, this will do no damage, but it will lag the game a lot, which is really funny. So if you go into my maps tab, and then we drop a map in this, you can see, and for regeneration we're using Shock Conduction 2 on Thunderstorm, which makes the hits for supported skill always shocks, and it also has a chance to shock in an AoE. Coursing Current, when it shocks, it shoots a projectile that chains to other drenched targets, which is perfect because Thunderstorm drenches. Area Effect, +1 limit just for comfort, so you can have 2 of these at once. Nova Storms, always shocks. Coursing Current, chains, limit, unleash, and then it chains twice as many times. We also have +1 to warps, so then if we unleash, we get all 3. So the goal of this build is just to build up as many shocks as possible and then lag the game a lot. And if we can find a path, yeah, so if we find a pack, if the game starts looking like this, like this isn't, the blurriness isn't from the game bugging out. It's not from the video recorder. I also see the blurriness. It is just as blurry for me as it is for you guys. Yeah, so many curses are exploding at once that they kind of overlap each other. Yeah, so this is as high of an energy generation as you could hit. As you can see, we have 30,000 mana regen from Chipolado's thesis, and you can see our mana bar is going insane, and the game is starting to look at our energy. Oh my god. Okay, if you want us to be okay, you could throw on Elemental Invocation, and now you can start. Oh yeah, you can start doing that. Okay, we got one shot. Yeah, this is probably, it's a nice little end of league thing. I just wanted to push the limits of what you can do. +2 levels of mana regen, which is necessary for Chipolado's thesis, and just a little more spirit and presence radius, which we do need. So right now, anything we can see will double our energy generation, which is really nice. If you want to make this viable, I would run a Collapsing Horizon, and instead of an Alpha's Howl, I would probably run a normal helmet, because then you can take Subterfuge Mask, which is down here, which gives you 2 evasion per 1 energy shield. It's pretty strong. Ritualist might also not be the best. You should also be running Grip of Kulamak rings instead of Snake Pits, because Kulamak can roll with trigger skills deal like 45% additional damage. It's pretty insane. You can also mana stack with it because it can roll with 10% increased mana. If we go into my actual character, I have a like pretty crazy roll. But yeah, this is my current build I'm actually playing, but if you want to use my other build as like a starting point for like an actual character, this ring is pretty busted. As you can see, we could get 2% cast speed per 20 spirit, trigger skills deal 40% increased spell damage, meta skills gain 16% increased energy, and lots of cooldown reduction rate. This build is mostly this build is mostly for Choir of the Storm. It's kind of boring. It's just a normal Comet Spark build, but yeah, if anyone wants to test like an actual build with the setup with Collapse of Horizon, feel free. Like this is actually really interesting because this is almost as good as a wand, but it has like the benefit of literally doubling whatever comments or bullshit you have in your trigger set, which is amazing. But yeah, I can see those working with stat stacking too, or mana stacking, because then you can get a lot of gain as, you can get a lot of increased damage from arcane intensity, because like once you hit like 4k mana, that's like 120% increased spell damage, which is really good considering it's just it comes free with your build. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's not really it's just kind of a little showcase. But yeah, I've been playing some POE1, been really enjoying it. It's been a good time. Oh, also this setup is amazing if you're just running this for like a regular build. This is a great starting point. My league starter was this with a wand. Let me just find a wand. Like, let's say this one's lighting skills. This is cold skills, I think? Yeah, cold skills. My league starter was literally this wand. Not this wand, but like a similar one to this. With Comment on Elemental Invocation, Cast on Elements, Temporal Chains with Chipola's Thesis on the Darkness and Throne, and then Thunderstorm War with Storm to proc it. This generates so much energy that you'll be seeing like 20-30 comments on every single pack. It's amazing. Again, the best notes here are meta skills have increased reservation efficiency, meta skills gain 20% increased energy if you crit. Oh yeah, we also have this jewel, which gives increased effect of notable passives, which makes everything here gain. We just get more value out of these notes than normal, and we get meta skills gain increased energy. At the end of the day, we had, with my meme setup, we ended up with 330% energy gain, which would be doubled, so it's 600% increased energy gain, and it would be doubled again. So we actually have about 1200%, well, around 1300% increased energy gain. And they have a chance to just recover costs because of Ixchel's Torment, and that's not uncommon, but you know, the comment also gets, you also get 3 comments per comment because of the cascade. So yeah, just a quick showcase. It's pretty fun. I wouldn't run it. Again, don't play my builds. Have fun.